Well, hello. So this is our final video to wrap up our entire project. We're going to do a sort of review of our reviews. Sort of just give you some list of best ofs and our thoughts in general. All right. So right off the bat, let me just say that I'm going to separate a couple things out. That's the way it is. On Tour are two movies that were in his that are in his career, but we're going to pull them out as well as the other extras we did, like Aloha, the '68 special, and This Is Elvis. Why? Because those aren't acting roles; those are really great reviews of him as an entertainer. So it's a little unfair because it's still a movie that they still consider movies of his, but we want to really kind of focus on his acting at this point. And I think that most people who would think of an Elvis movie that's what they'd be thinking of. So we'll pull those right on out and just discuss these categories. So, top 5. Give me your
top 5.
You didn't have them in any order, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, so do you
I
want to
ranked them.
Oh, well, good. I didn't.
I did my homework.
Yes, you did. Okay, so let's say this. You go from the number 5 to number 1.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5. Go ahead.
This is going to shock you.
I'm so excited.
Speedway.
Wow.
Ah, see?
Yeah, all right. Why did you pick that?
Because I went through the reviews again, and then it made me realize, when I went through all of them, and I figured out which ones I really liked.
Oh, well, pretty good.
Number 5, Speedway, which is shocking.
Yeah.
That was the one in the shower.
Okay, that was the one that we did in the shower. All right, so I'm going to do this on the fly. My number 5 will be GI Blues. So it's that first movie in his career that sort of really kind of had that lightheartedness and that feel for the way these typical Elvis movies are going to go. So, what else? Number 4.
Number 4, Clam Bake.
Wow. Okay.
Am I surprising you?
Yeah, because these are not the ones that people normally would say as the top movies, but I like them because these are really the sentimental ones that I remember and really enjoyed. So those are really good picks. Anything that you want to say about Clam Bake?
I feel like I'm baking right now.
Yeah, well, we decided to do this in the chair where we started the intros, and well,
You're warm.
Yeah.
You're making me. It's the shirt.
Yeah, could be. Okay, so my number 4 will probably be Blue Hawaii.
Wow.
I know.
You ranked it low.
I like it a lot, but I know it's a sentimental favorite for most people, or a favorite all around. It's not my favorite. I like a lot of it, but it's still top 5. So what am I saying? All right, number 3.
Number 3. Viva Las Vegas.
Get the heck out of here! No way did she just say that. After all that stuff you said about Viva Las Vegas, why?
Did I?
Yeah, you hated that thing. You kept.
No,
Yeah.
no. I went back to the review and I did not hate it. Did I? No.
I'm pretty sure we disagree. She gave it a low number, and I'm like, no way.
Oh.
So, but
Okay.
what did you think about it? I mean, anything in particular? Because you're absolutely right. But
See?
anything you want to say about it? No.
No.
Okay, so for me, I will probably pick Viva Las Vegas as 3 as well. At this point, some of these are going to be very interchangeable. So, all right, number 2.
Number 2, Blue Hawaii.
Blue Hawaii. That seemed pretty reasonable. Any special comments about that?
To me, it's the classic.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
That's the one I remember as a kid.
That's the one.
mostly.
Yeah, that's the one that definitely set Elvis's career. It's a good and bad thing because it's really an amazing. It's a great fun film, but it really is also the. I mean, it was probably the biggest earning film, but it also was the film that said, "You're going to do this the rest of your career," and probably his downfall creatively, but still a great movie. My number 2 is probably Loving You. I really dig that movie a lot because I like how it parallels his life. It's got a lot of great songs in it, and I don't know. It's to me, it does have the element of what his future movies would be, but this still had some grit and originality to it. So that's why I picked it. And I know what our number 1 is, and I know why we picked it too. But you can go ahead and say it.
Follow that dream.
Follow that dream.
Follow that dream.
So why?
I liked everything about it.
So
from soup to nuts, everything about it was good.
Yeah. And I think to be more specific, what we're talking about is we saw this and we were like, wow, he wasn't angry.
No.
He was smart.
It was so true. It was just truth. It was truth.
Yep, had a lot of truth, simple truths to it, and it was sweet. He was just very. He played a little bit of a less little bit of an ignorant person, but he was very genuine and very sweet. And I know for me, I'm probably reacting to the surprise factor. I just wasn't expecting this to be. I mean, I thought I've seen a lot of movies, and I thought I knew a lot of stuff about it. But when I watched this, I was like, wow, I just somehow missed this.
I know.
It's really
good.
Yep. So if you're gonna track down anything, I know you haven't seen it. Go find it.
It's good.
It's fun and it's really good. So, top 5. We probably should have saved the top 5 for the end of the review, but
we should have.
So the 5 that you really don't need to spend a lot of time on. This is probably rude, but we're gonna go through it anyway. So, do you have those lists?
Yes.
You have them in order, or are you just grouped?
Yeah, I just.
Okay, so you read yours. We'll go back and forth, and we'll try and do it quick without doing too much with it.
Do you want them in not in any order, do you?
Yeah, and I'll just see if I have it on my list too. So.
Okay. Flaming Star.
I don't have that on my list. It's not a great movie for what you want in an Elvis film. I think he does a fine job with the acting, but I can see why you're saying that. Anything you want to say about that?
No.
Yeah. It's not on my list.
I don't want to say anything about any of these other than.
Well, you go ahead and go through your list, and then
Okay.
I'll add what's on mine after that.
Trouble with Girls.
Trouble with Girls. What's your reasoning?
Isn't that the one that has the other title to it?
Yeah, The Trouble with Girls and How to Get Into It. Yeah.
Horrible. What is this? Live a Little.
Live a Little, Love a Little.
Little.
Okay, why?
I'm not sure.
It was a weird one. It was kind of like, it was a little sexier and a little druggier, and the girl was really whacked out. I think it had an interesting set piece in it, that edge of reality, but it was kind of rough. So,
Yeah.
All right, what next?
Tickle Me.
Tickle You. Is that a request or a movie? Joke never fails. Okay, so anything?
Even the title didn't even go with it.
Strange title, yeah. And last one.
And of course, Harem Scarum.
Harem Scarum.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah. So the 5 I had written down were Frankie and Johnny, Double Trouble, Trouble with Girls, Tickle Me, and Harem Scarum. Harem Scarum really was just so hard to get through.
Even when you pan down through the movie poster thing, even that looked horrible. I was like, it was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah. I had a section where I wanted to talk about other films that were not great, not horrible, but real middle road in case you wanted to watch other things, but they really are covered in between both of our favorites. So the only other section there I wanted to cover real quickly is 5 movies that sort of break the mold a little bit and show Elvis in a little bit different light. So real quickly, Change of Habit, completely different type of Elvis flick.
Yes. But that was a Mary Tyler Moore movie.
Yeah, it was really. He was more like a supporting character in
Yes.
that one. Kid Galahad, I really liked. I thought it was interesting. It's more on traditional films of the era and some of the stuff that we see today. It's a boxing film, and the music doesn't really get too much in the way. I thought it was really interesting. Charo is an interesting western to see. I like it because it's sort of like an intro western. It's not really G-rated as much, but it is kind of like if you got kids that's safer for them to see. Follow That Dream is still a different light. He plays a different type of character. He's very positive, but he's just such a refreshingly friendly character in that. And King Creole is really well known. It's a great acting piece, but it's not like the other films very much. I mean, musically and some set pieces seem like it, but he's playing a really hard, gritty role, dealing with some subject matter that you would classify as not an Elvis film. The last section I wanted to cover was stuff you have to see. You know, Elvis fan or not, this is some set pieces that pulled out of each movie that were just remarkable. That you could probably just Google these scenes or go to YouTube and find just these scenes. So a few people, some of our fans, you guys, have said to us over the time that, wow, I mean, you guys got to have some interest in watching some Elvis movies, and how do I get them and all? And most of them are on YouTube, so go there. But these clips would be out there as well. So in no particular order, mostly probably just in order of the way the films are made. Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta go see that song.
Yeah.
Gotta see that set piece. Looks a little bit like this, even though this is a 68 special. But you really should see that. It's Elvis at his most excited and just great. Real lots of energy. I wish he had done more things like this. And the next set of ones I have listed are a little bit like that. They just don't have as much energy and excitement. Loving You, there's a scene he does Mean Woman Blues. He's in the restaurant and some guy forces him to sort of sing a song for his girlfriend, and then they have a fight afterwards. But a lot of energy, really good. You get to see Elvis be Elvis and also be in characters too. Totally worth it. In Blue Hawaii, Rockahula Baby, man, he just loves to perform, and that song is fun. It's just fun to watch him. And the next couple ones are Girls, Girls, Girls. He did Return to Sender. It's very similar to Rockahula Baby. Big number. People hear that song and just love that song, as well as in Fun in Acapulco, the song Bossa Nova Baby.
Yeah.
They're just you cannot
Sing-alongs.
you cannot listen to these things and not just smile and want to sing along with it. And he performs them all really well in the movies. I put the Kissin' Cousins songs in there only because it's interesting to see how they put blonde hair Elvis and regular looking Elvis in the same scene and singing and dancing with one another. It's not great, but it's fun.
What was the all the bats that were in that?
The
What they called them?
girls.
It was
Oh Lord, I cannot remember what they called them. Kitty Hawks?
Kitty Hawks? Is that what they're? Oh Lord.
Whatever. And then Viva Las Vegas when he does Come On Everybody with Anne Margaret. It's just because it's in my act and it's awesome. And
You're right.
yeah, you should check it out. You can see him come alive. You haven't seen his energy level as high as it was except for Jealous Rock. So check those out. Those are great. During or right before we started this and during it, I had listening to an audiobook of one of Elvis's best friends and bodyguard or Memphis Mafia guys. His name is Jerry Schilling. He wrote a book called Me and a Boy Named Elvis. Really great if anyone's looking for something to read. It's the only thing I can really recommend. I've got a few more I'm going to listen to, but as of right now, that one is really even-keeled. Story gives fair to everybody in his life, even Colonel Tom Parker. And I used a lot of the information out of that to sort of refer to stuff you've heard me talk about. So I really recommend that. So we're going longer than I really wanted to, so let's wrap this up. Anything you want to say about the reviews or anything else that we did?
I enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun doing this with you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty neat idea that you came up with, and I'm glad you really got into it.
Yeah, so the only thing I want to say on this is similar to what she's talking about is, ultimately this is sort of a silly thing to do, but what you really were watching were, two people who love each other and spending time together and having a lot of fun. That's what we were doing.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah. And so, hopefully that came through. And we may or may not do something more. I have no idea. I thought that this would be it. And as we were doing it, we were having so much fun. We were talking about going through other Elvis-related materials just because it's easy to focus on that. We could do anything, but that was the focus. And we're going to go ahead and watch all kinds of other projects on Elvis, but I don't know if we'll do any more reviews on them or not. I don't really want to bore everyone to death. But interestingly, we did get a request from a guy online on YouTube, and he's asked us to review something. So I can just tell you, if you guys have any requests, you want us to review something, Elvis or non-Elvis, we'll give it a shot. What the heck? So
funny.
Yeah, we're gonna close this up as so we have sort of a bookend to an entire project, entire theme. But we'll put this other one up once we get to it. So that's it for me. This is gone on long enough. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys had some fun too. So we'll see you later or not. I have no idea. It's the way the world goes. All right. Thanks a lot.